Historically, overdevelopment of the shoreline leads to a wide variety of negative environmental impacts. But you should see the Italian-designed walk-in closets inside these condos. Encounters such as this are quick and impersonal things. Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. Shark is known to be a voracious, if hardly discriminating, eater. Hunting bull sharks was made illegal in 1997. Many shark hunters get around the rule by not killing. As coastal communities face ecological collapse and ruin, it's still reassuring to know you can get in your 18 holes. An intensive shark hunt is now underway.
People parties always end in a fight, but who do terrier mix should be called a Moodle or a Weedle?
What the hell that fish swim off to? Should have brought my fish finder. She gotta be somewhere out here.
Port Clovis has grown bored of the hunt, leaving our shark to fight another day. Upon using this medication, if you experience priapism, do not attempt to improvise your own surgical shunt. Shark hunting was prohibited by royal decree in ancient Egypt. But this is decidedly not ancient either. They linger. The multi-million-dollar menace, Mama Maybell. The situation situation has escalated, and the price on the shark's head has risen.
Going in Shores area. Hey, come on to bounty. Close. She's real close. Probably right under me.
With little fanfare, another bounty hunt comes to a close. Kingfish are rich and flavorful, making it completely worth the risk of ciguatera poisoning. From the moment she's born, the shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly on the watch for food. Golf ball diving is an exciting and growing field where you can risk alligators and venomous snakes for 7 to 10 cents per ball. A shark's skin has chemoreceptors that taste the water for possible prey. Bull sharks usually hunt alone, though they may occasionally team up with other bull sharks to outwit prey. Once more, the shark turns back to this place of centered calm. By the intricate scheme of heat and heat. While they appreciate human sacrifices, the eldritch gods of yore are seldom enthused about being summoned to Port Clovis.
I shop here right here. Nowhere else in town got that mango butter facial scrub I like.
Put up a bounty for
Another shark hunt draws to a close. Hunting sector has experienced significant growth, leaving a lot of local openings for amusement ride operators.
He's looking right at me. Yeah, freeze this thing out.
Beach you and me. Got a lot of nice-looking, wealthy women. There's a court order says I can't be within 200 feet of the beach. But you can see a lot with a good set of binoculars.
Hey,
It seems Port Clovis has forgotten all about its rogue shark. For now.
That's a fish there.
The U.S. averages just 16 shark attacks each year, so this year will be quite the anomaly.
my fish got gotta be somewhere out here.
Caviar Key features painted sails, a luxury 5-star resort built over the remains of Tunamachi, a pre-Columbian city that was once host to the most advanced civilization in ancient America. Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. Anyone who has delved into the stomach contents of a shark is acutely aware that they'll eat just about anything. Pulling off a successful casino heist is made even harder when you drive off the road into the ocean and drown. After the end of the tiki craze, bar owners toss their Polynesian-inspired decor into the Gulf, where their kitschy charm is completely lost on native marine life.
Oh, look. She's saying hi.
Emperor of the Deep, great white is often referred to as the king of the ocean, which gives it a skewed understanding of the role of a monarch in modern society. Operated by Roger Cantrell, recently broke the state record for number of revocable commercial fishing offenses.
Gotta be her.
Stay patient, everybody. Wait, is that?
Sharks, lovers of metaphor, enjoy reminding men that their existence represents a mere moment in geological time.
Hell, I don't know. Maybe she's scared.
The ancient Greeks believed that King Poseidon ruled the waters, whereas here at Prosperity Sands, they're ruled by Luxury Leisure Groups International. A complex combination of sensing devices are key to the bull shark's success as a hunter. As we face impending resource scarcity and declining living standards, it's nice to know that in the meantime there's still a place to get a good bamboo fusion massage. The shark returns to the grotto to focus on personal transformation. strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks. This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hitting artificial colors or flavors. Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark. It's possible the shark's just here for the good times and tan lines. Hunters waste little time hitting the water when a shark becomes a threat to human life.
I catch 3 of them killer whales, they got their fish fingers. You could say I got a real keen eye for talent. Although, the wheelers really got to work on those side areas.
Oh, come on now. Where y'all at?
Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. Local resorts have responded to sea level rise by there is a very real risk of drowning while surfing, but at least you'll leave behind a cool-looking skeleton. Along Blanchard County's 78-mile coastline, there are 35 miles of sandy beach, only 6 of which aren't owned by resorts, individuals, or homeowners associations. The same meal of frozen herring at Fish Fingers, Casanita just wants her favorite comfort food, raw shark liver. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary arms race. It took weeks for our crew to earn the shark hunters' trust, to convince them we were not insurance investigators questioning their disability claims.
Clover's really been sprouting up these past few years. Put some of my own money in this. Gonna be an amazing tag fun bar.
A tail can be quite useful.
Just poor Don't think we're making more headway today.
Humans' attention spans are short. They've already forgotten about the shark and her many crimes, so thus ends the bounty. Even after the creation of a killer clown task force, clown-related homicide still remains a problem in Port Clovis. in the ancient art of the ninja, some sharks are scavengers, indiscriminately consuming anything that's vaguely edible. Sea turtle numbers have exploded. Bad news for seagrass, great news for orcas who enjoy torturing and eating them. If you're like me, you're probably wondering what their secret is for such durable papier-mâché. Tendency to anthropomorphize them into lovable cartoon characters belies the fact that sea turtles are ordinary creatures that can bite you. As we face impending resource scarcity and declining living standards, it's nice to know that in the meantime there's still a place to get a good bamboo fusion massage. Bull sharks was made illegal in 1997. Many shark hunters get around the rule by not killing.
But I said to them, you better build that boardwalk high, because you just asking for a shark attack how you got it now. Do they listen to me? No, not at all.
the powers of society have retaliated with deterrent action. But mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's vengeance. Prosperity Sands reminds us that sometimes the construction of second and third homes supersedes considerations like loss of species diversity. Coastal risk analysis reveals that someday, someone here is going to get a sizable check. The white and black attack. Once the featured attraction at marine mammal parks, now have a new favorite trick, killing things. To catch a shark, one must be as quick as a shark. Orcas do enjoy playing with toys, but not half as much as a day-old seal carcass. The ancient Greeks believed that King Poseidon ruled the waters, whereas here at Prosperity Sands, they're ruled by Luxury Leisure Groups International. The water along Caviar Key is frequently described as gin clear, which reminds me, I could go for another Singapore sling. The Gulf Stream is just one of many major currents that mariners have used. The shark returns to the grotto to focus on personal transformation. His locals seldom has an opportunity to indulge in mindless, gratuitous slaughter.
Get out there!
No one knows who built this mysterious underwater base, but odds are they probably own a Nehru jacket and a Persian cat.
Somebody got her.
Port Clovis has grown bored of the hunt, leaving our shark to fight another.
We've had some real bad fish kills because of these oil tankers spinning. But it brings a lot of money into the economy. Can't argue with that.
From the moment she's born, The shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly on the watch for food. To clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions.
Alan said Captain Blighty sunk his treasure somewhere around here. Been funding a diving expedition every year for 10 years and I ain't found it yet.
This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hidden artificial colors or flavors. This mineral supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet.
We have a major shark situation. Fellas, we got a shark we need to put down.
The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. Giant monsters, or kaiju, occasionally visit Port Clovis to pregame before destroying more important scenes. Once more, the shark turns back to this place of centered calm. Coastal erosion currently impacts over 70% of the globe's sandy beach environments.
Gotta be her.
The bull shark is known to be a voracious, if hardly discriminating, eater. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is man.
Maybe I don't know how to properly stock and manage a fish pond, but it's a learning process.
Maneater, let's roll!
The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. With little fanfare, another bounty hunt comes to a close. Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. It's another unsuccessful shark hunt for the people of Port Clovis. The able-bodied seaman, Commander Percy Metcalf. The shark's reckless behavior only further incenses Port Clovis's.
They don't give you no scholarships for winning no big air rape jam.
I know it.
Beach erosion can be harmful for ecosystems by changing habitat conditions for such local fauna as seals, sea turtles, birds, and fish. The battle is over, but the war goes on. Recently, Port Clovis has gained a reputation for its derivative, politically confused street art. Sophisticated wildlife management has never been a priority in Port Clovis. After losing to King Crush in the 2011 Monster Mania semifinals, Big Fin stepped away from the limelight for a simpler, more natural way of life. The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror.
I've had my fin fun for the day.
Humans' attention spans are short. They've already forgotten about the shark and her many crimes, so ends the bounty. Shockingly, this was only Alex's second worst birthday. As is the trend in other coastal towns, long stretches of Port Clovis's shoreline are now the exclusive domain of the wealthy. Due to Caviar Key's increased coastal exposure, storms that had a minor impact 3 decades ago cause significant flooding today. The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. The shark returns once again to her safe haven. The ocean is a source of life, inspiration, and eternal renewal, but mostly it exists to be exploited and commodified by humans. A great way to discourage museum attendance is to put your museum underwater. Clovis's communal guard against shark attacks came after experimentation with animal sacrifices to appease the shark god, Dakiwaka.
We got a shark situation out there. We got another shark situation.
To see this area is to witness the inability of the hydrosphere to support the growth of humanized landscapes.
He was really into scuba back when he was a teenager. This museum's the first place I took him after when he got certified.
Nah, that ain't it.
Anybody got a good set of needle nose pliers? They're calling it off. Let's go home.
The hunt is over, and there will sometimes even sharks just need to dirty bulk. whale needs to eat over a ton of food every day, which here in the Gulf mostly consists of hammerhead sharks. Using crude weapons to take down alpha predators is a skill many shark hunters honed while in prison.
University sends their students out here every summer to study the reefs. Shit. Guess we all got different ideas about summer fun, yeah?
Local resorts have responded to sea level rise by importing 285,000 tons of sand and counting.
Suffocating out today.
The Gulf is vast, 600,000 square surface miles to be exact, making it fifth among the world's seas. With 24-karat gold fixtures, 2 discos, circular staircases, and a mosaic swimming pool, the Chatelaine is still only Port Clovis's second most ostentatious yacht.
Good news. There's money in it for us.
Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. Another shark hunt draws to a close. It's here in the grotto that the shark can discover the absolute serenity deep within her soul. Commonplace here after the previous mayor's practice of hiring Fijian shark charmers proved to be effective.
Out on the Gulf. Looks like another shark situation.
A shark turn up the Let's go! Wait, is that? Nope. All I see is
The powers of society have retaliated with determined action, but mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's vengeance. The cetacean assassin, the sperm. The hammerhead is recommended as a protector of birds. Back in the good old days, the world practically ran on sperm whale oil. Now we can only watch them from afar, dreaming of tapping their skulls for all that sweet spermaceti. Pete has a new boat, and from the looks of it, there are several features probably not legal for civilian use.
So you found me.
Pete, I don't know what all this is, but you're scaring us.
What you gotta be scared about?
Pete, I don't want to, but I think we need to get the
You
police.
think I'm crazy? No, I'm the most sane man.
Pete has built an impressive battleship, but will it be enough to endure the prehistoric might of a mega shark?
Hello there, girlie. If you can see, I'ma fix you up real good. This will be a knockdown dragon. We really getting bored now. That's my talk, Rose Bouche. Need reinforcements. Don't drag ass now. I'll turn your forces down into a walk. Get out of that! I'm the best Mohicans! Getting y'all out with the torpedo! This got the air for you! Better watch how you're pushing my boat! Laissez le bon temps rouler.
I suppose there's a lesson to be gleaned here. Something about how the increasing commodification of the natural world has placed humans on a collision course with an environmental apocalypse. But this is a basic cable show where people tune in to watch sharks kill people, and people kill sharks. So until next fishing season, this is Maneater. The shark has somehow survived the multi-gigajoule explosion unscathed. But just like that, she's on to other things. In case you're wondering about me, the network Namby-Pambies canceled our program due to depictions of actual death. So I'm now broadcasting online, free from the meddling of censorious busybodies. Hi, my name is Trip Westing. Recently, I produced the judging by the bull's behavior. She smells a new creature. If it threatens her apex status, a heated confrontation is inevitable. The predator must act quickly, lest she lose the scent of her prey. Perhaps she's caught scent of Jormungandr, the world-encircling sea serpent of Norse legend. What admirable hustle! The creature has disappeared, probably whisked away by a government boat, lest we capture the beast on video. Marine mammal parks are designed to anesthetize us from reality. Regarding these spills, I'm proposing complicity on the part of Mayor Wade Hibbard. You see, Hibbard owns 50 shares in Schlumberger, who's owned by Exico, who are partners with Saxwell Gold in Varkon, the manufacturer of oil dispersant Emulsifex. Therefore, Hibbard made money on the cleanup. This city, like so many across our once great country, has become an Agenda 21 cesspool. The markings on this satellite suggest that it belongs to a top-secret military compound, and perhaps the home base of these NWO troops. Fortunately, I suspect there's more where that came from. All these recent oil spills are merely contrived events designed to cripple the Gulf's fishing industry. This is the Plover Island Complex, commonly referred to as Site P. Whatever bizarre and dark depravity lurks within its bowels, we're about to find out. Sadistic evildoers have set sail, gleefully ready to commit heinous crimes from the decks of their warships. The big fish seek shelter as the NWO shock troops assemble. Underworld Order hates the shark because she dares to attack the very pillars that prop up their temple of lies. Don't be fooled by this elaborate diorama. The real horrors are buried deep underground. Hardcore intergenerational Satanist TJ Top. This satellite is but one of millions in the villainous cabal's interstellar quantum communication. The Dark Brotherhood withdraws to revitalize. Say goodbye to another $38,000 piece of military art.
Elite. Boop. Task manager? Forget about it.
Anticipating a reprisal, the Predator flees. The NWO is still in hot pursuit. The fish must be cunning because unlike her pursuers, she doesn't have a 5,000 horsepower engine.
Pretty aggressive looking.
This footage could only be captured with the best professional-grade Swedish drone cameras. She successfully evaded the New World shock troops, at least for the time being. Horrified at what she's already witnessed, the Predator lashes out against the Illuminous group's deceitful agenda. Always identify alien technology by the way it explodes.
They said it's time to head home.
The government enforcers retreat to polish their jackboots.
It's her! Shark force!
That's enough for today. You'll get it next time.
Like the futile thrashing of a dying lion, we are witnessing the collapse of the old and impotent New World Order. Government-suppressed free energy source, the electric brake. Can't be won on an empty stage. All the other Great White should consider that a warning. I started this channel 6 months ago, only to be met with personal attacks by uninformed citizens like Bong Lord 69, who commented, "What a dumb A-word, F-word piece of S-word." Well, it continues in that vein for several paragraphs. Venture further into the heart of darkness, you may be shocked by the atrocities unfolding before you. I've just had to block 50 users from commenting. This is just the sort of response I prepared for after dedicating myself to informing the masses about the real truth behind global events. Creation has all the markers of Insectoid Commander Korg and his diabolical method. The shark struggles to disentangle the luminous web of fabrications and untruths. The shark has taken a keen interest in an electrical transformer. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks. The expansion of Lucifer's one-world kingdom will have to wait another day. That transformer must have been powering NASA's insidious Project Bluebeam. But how did the shark know? The explosion has drawn unwanted attention. The patriotic Piscus must be swift to avoid capture. The NWO doggedly pursues the fleeing predator. I haven't seen a fish this wily since Babe Winkleman tried to catch that pike in northwestern Ontario. The bull's olfactory center registers the sweet smell of freedom. A shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. Now we see what the NWO's been hiding. Inside this devious aquatic bioweapon is designed to disperse a mist of viral particulate. Within weeks, it will spread from Port Cloak. Then, Big Pharma will reveal that the price? Every country must submit to the Insectoid Brotherhood. Project Sunshine side effect, the bone sperm whale. Whales have no sense of patriotic duty. Their only loyalty is to the highest bidder. Bravo survivor, the irradiated bone-spurred whale. Say the Chinese are using these whales to lure us into a conflict over Taiwan. This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious battles. Just an update. I performed my own technical surveillance countermeasures and didn't find any bugs, hidden cameras, or GPS trackers. 13th degree, you're Bright Mason. Ron, honey. Some sharks are scavengers, indiscriminately consuming anything that's vaguely edible. These jackbooted thugs don't stand a chance against America's patriotic fish. The New World Order has begun to amass its forces. Every year, we're sprayed with billions of pounds of toxic aerosols. That's why you've got to protect your cellular matrix with Sulfur Shield organic sulfur crystals, only from Survival Life. The shark refuses to subjugate herself to the insectoid quill. Grand Druid High Priestess Jocelyn Sandini. The shark won't rest until she roots out every illuminous traitor in our midst. Quite low.
Everyone back to Clover. We're done here.
The insidious forces have grown despondent, perhaps recognizing that they have but a short time left to rule. Sonic forces will stop at nothing to maintain power. Fourth dimensional insectoid shapeshifter, Big Mandrake. Bitter that wasn't a holiday. The insectoids are rattled that the shark will soon reveal the truth of their agenda. Mother of harlots and abominations, Barbara Terra Nova. The bioweapon has reached America's shores, perhaps having already unleashed a rapid viral agent upon the citizen. Now, the NWO will hold the country ransom, offering the vaccine in exchange for compliance. A source close to the Army Corps of Engineers informs me that the group has been involved in a purposely directed Gulf depopulation program for years. Hunters hold a deep hatred of wildlife in their hearts, none more so than the shark hunter.
Out on the Gulf. Looks like we got another shark situation. 5 south for whoever bags a naughty fish. Let's hit it. Any more headway today.
Port Clovis has grown bored of the hunt, leaving our shark to fight another day. This could be the bioweapon's doing, sure. But first, perhaps I should consult my friend, a world-renowned expert on the subject of ancient giants. Hunters in pursuit of a dangerous shark. Those closest to them prepare for the possibility that the bioweapon appears determined to disperse its infectious bodily fluids anywhere and everywhere.
She gotta be somewhere out here. Better not be what I think. Well, shark wins this round.
This may look like a friendly local bake shop, but it's actually a satanic temple of death. What are these? My guess is powerful influencing designed to make us hate America and love Indian food.
I really should get them polarized lenses.
With little fanfare, another bounty hunt comes to a close. Judging by the behavior of wildlife in this area, the bioweapon is also spreading estrogen-mimicking endocrine disruptors. Operation Garden Plot was just the beginning. The Rex 84 program is underway. The insectoids are rounding us up for their re-education camps. A successful shark hunt is traditionally celebrated with off-brand cinnamon whiskey and large quantities of pseudoephedrine. It's another unsuccessful shark hunt for the people of Port Clovis. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. Clearly, the NWO sunk this ship for trying to deliver food, water, and medicine to imperiled patriots. I will not be scared off by a traitorous clique of elitists and their planned communities. The spectacle of a rampaging shark never fails to attract Atomic Energy Commission Project, the irradiated electric great white. There it is, a radio-equipped electrode implanted in the Great White's limbic system, an insectoid-designed stimoceiver. The NWO Death Squad has made clear their intention to overthrow private property. Extrajudicial killings of all owners of homes with a second bathroom are right around the corner. Mark my words. Dead Horse Lake, like most American bodies of water, has abnormal levels of aluminum, barium, and strontium. That's why you need the complete body cleansing power of Detoxinator Premium Ultra, only from Survival Life. By putting sharks in their place, hunters enjoy more of these machines, dispersing mental poison from hell, creating a lumpen mass of propaganda-drugged Americans who'd rather watch Aubrey Dominique take the Cocoa Bob Challenge than read the Constitution.
my fish finder. Anybody got some lip balm?
Regarding these spills, I'm proposing complicity on the part of Mayor Wade Hibbard. You see, Hibbard owns 50 shares in Schlumberger, who's owned by Execo, who are partners with Saxwell Gold and Varcon, the manufacturer of oil dispersant Emulsifex. Therefore, Hibbard made money on the cleanup. Love books, but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Dr. Pat Pacheco's Defy the Spleen Stealers, The Great Vestigial Organ Conspiracy. So many sheeple going about their daily lives, ignorant that their minds are held captive by forces they don't know or understand. My sources are adamant that the government could and would use HARP to ignite the methane in these bayous. This is a real live powder keg, folks. Rising sea levels are clearly a concocted scheme to repopulate the bayou with our enemies. Time is running out for our shark. Hunters are on the water bringing their explosives and poor impulse control with them. Port Clovis considered removing these naval mines after the war, but the city had already spent its annual budget booking a nickelback cover for the 4th of July.
There it is!
These beaches were built by the initiates of the Dionysian sun cult, known for their pagan rituals of catching some rays, and the NWO's hatred of free markets and affordable consumer goods has truly reached its apotheosis.
Right under me. Yeah, a breeze would be nice. Anybody got some lip balm?
The battle is over, but the war goes on.
Nothing about no raves. Are you throwing a fiddle door on the beach at night? You just asking for a bit.
Got a total shot.
So many sheeple going about their daily lives, ignorant that their minds are held captive by forces they don't know or understand. The insectoids have worked hard to ensure that they and their conspirators continue to occupy Port Clovis's positions of power, such as Planning Commission Director Steve Trader.
Texas folk dock their boat at painted sails. You know, so do a lot of other New York couillons.
These beaches were built by the initiates of the Dionysian sun cult, known for their pagan rituals of catching some rays and scoping some babes. These are Chinese-made rigs. If there's any catastrophic methane explosions in the near future, you can't tell me that's merely an accident. Port Clovis has long been a popular dumping ground for the military, thanks to its lenient regulations and low... It appears that the bioweapon is not only carrying a viral agent, but the HPV vaccine as well.
Look! I've been!
The beast of the bottomless pit, Moloch. This city, like so many across our once great country, has become an Agenda 21 cesspool. Regarding these spills, I'm proposing complicity on the part of Mayor Wade Hibbert. You see, Hibbert owns 50 shares in Schlumberger, who's owned by Exico, who are partners with Saxwell Gold in Varcon, the manufacturer of oil dispersant emulsifex. Therefore, Hibbert made money on the claim.
Better not be what I think.
The beast of the bottomless pit, Moloch. Like heroic Neo, the shark has freed us from the Matrix. Now, we can unplug from the metal coils that once enslaved us. It's been 90 days since my last Truth Quest and greet this new dawn. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering where I've been. Well, for the past year, it was during my last vidcast that I experienced what my wife described as a psychotic break. Well, the next day, she and my son Steven staged a family intervention. We know that reality is just a mirage. Somewhere through the crack between time and space, great cosmic of our Truth Quest. Beneath Site B is an underground city, 5 cubic miles in size, carved out using an alien technology laser drilling machine. Ready, set, go! Perhaps she could book some one-on-one sessions with a USA swimming certified. I have reason to believe that somewhere inside this complex, government scientists are using the glandular secretions of alien humanoids to create a new virus. If you think herpes is bad, just wait until you contract Venusian. If there's no such thing as targeted weather warfare, then why am I occasionally inconvenienced by rain, snow, and excessive cold water? Look, I know I've claimed everything from Pearl Harbor to the sinking of Lusitania was a false flag, but this is not a false flag. I repeat, this is not a false flag. protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake.
Not seeing anything yet. I'm not seeing it.
You've all burned enough gas on this. Come back, please.
The alien cabal is forced to get ground, but rest assured, they have already begun remarshaling their forces. NASA's fraudulent Apollo 11 moon landing was necessary. Otherwise, the world would have seen the domes and spires of the insectoid's lunar base, Vraxon. While intellectually I understand that adrenochrome is a byproduct of synthetic epinephrine with no practical applications, emotionally I understand that it's siphoned directly from... Filing your taxes shouldn't be hard. In fact, why file your taxes at all? Don't be a dupe in the game of government plunder. Get on the offense against the IRS with Taxecutioner. Shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta. suggest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. Suspected that man was part of a Chinese-led coup against the United States. Another danger on the water for shark hunters? Determined process servers. They're both lords and affidavits.
Get out there!
Boats on the water. We got a shark that needs putting down.
You better believe those sewer lines need work. I've had campylobacteriosis, cryptosporidiosis, leptospirosis. Let me tell you, partner, that ain't no joke.
Sea sponges' demand for pineapple homes has sparked massive deforestation throughout Costa Rica. But being brainless, sponges rarely weigh the consequences of their buying decisions. Supercharged with gene-altering abilities, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. This recreation of the Titanic was so accurate, 1,500 people died during its maiden voyage.
Anybody else see that?
A bull shark is an animal of broad dietary proclivities. The hunt ends, but this is a mere pause in the eternal struggle between man and nature. No one can tell what may be found in a shark's stomach. It's truly the ocean's garbage can. The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment. Supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet. kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death. The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything. Uranium-235 test subject, the irradiated shadow orca. Orcas clearly are united with North Korea to undermine Western interests. This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hidden artificial colors or flavors. Sharks' propensity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions.
That was definitely something. Ice fishing is similar to regular fishing, but enjoyable only to upper Midwesterners. Love books, but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Martin Shandera's Solar Deception. What's actually going on inside the sun?
I will not be ambushed.
Blah, blah, blah. Late-stage capitalism. Goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's sole aim is to eat and evolve. Great white shark hunters stalk their prey, fully aware of the grisly horrors that await them upon a single misstep. Friends, an inner voice has told me to share this revelation with you. Australia does not exist. Another shark hunt draws to a close. Hunting bull sharks was made illegal in 1997. Many shark hunters get around the rule by not killing.
Got something out there raising a ruckus. Let's move!
Port Clovis has grown bored of the hunt, leaving our shark to fight another day. sector has experienced significant growth, leaving a lot of local openings for amusement ride operators.
Body that can patrol prosperity stands. Been a bunch of shark attacks.
We are in a time of great tribulation, and the gates of your gated communities will not save you. An insatiable fish, the bull shark is 9/10 appetite. Have close friends or family members who have been eaten or half-eaten by sharks. Valley Forge moment, and only this shark is answering the call of duty.
Love books, but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Fred Dobbs's Straight to the Point, The Moral Case for Anal Impalement. Apropos of nothing, I'd just like to say that the Warren Commission was a total farce. Our shark hunters will not give up on finding their prey, at least until things quiet down or they run out of hard lemonade.
Spotted in Sapphire Bay. These hunters down there stat. Hey, who's in the mood for a bounty? Follow me. Where the heck is it?
Don't how good I am at spotting stuff.
Hey, it's...
The powers of society have retaliated with deterrent action. But mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's fate. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. Look, I wouldn't have eaten that, but I'm also currently doing a liver detox. Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. There's no such thing as a recession-proof business, except for the frozen banana stand. Whether boom or bust, the demand for reliable, quality frozen bananas remains a constant. Shark hunters stalk their prey, fully aware of the grisly horrors that await them upon a single mishap.
Daddy used to take me here for sailing lessons. He'd sit up on the straw and wave his hunting rifle, yelling at me to sail faster.
Pride in boat ownership manifests itself in a variety of ways here in Port Clovis.
Somebody tell me good news. All I think is Sonar. Rick, I need a new I see ya. Never mind.
This is anticlimactic.
All I see is water. Well, we've done all we can do.
With little fanfare, another bounty hunt comes to a close. While homeless and itinerant hobos will work for a living, they are not to be confused with bums who are sedentary and refuse to work. Kind of like my son Jeff. You never know when a skunk ape may strike. That's why Total Assault Skunk Ape Spray should be a vital part of your cryptid survival plan. Don't be fooled by imitation sprays that promise protection, but instead leave you at the mercy of foul-smelling, foul-tempered humanoids. Trust Total Assault, the only skunk ape deterrent certified by the International Cryptozoology Society.
The shark bursts right out of the gate.
Here in Golden Sands, the wealthy global elite solidifies its power base.
The shark blasts out with an unbelievable stunt.
This is not an optimal race pace.
Swim coach used to say, it's easier to pass through water than over.
See, the shark really needs to feel the water. I think that's her problem.
The shark would be advised to cut down on all that extraneous bobbing. Some stroke drills and swimming technique work would really help the shark's race time. Be witnessing the rise of the next superstar athlete. This fish really needs a second wind. With the clock ticking, there's little time to make up for it. The shark might consider some interval training. A slight bodily adjustment might decrease her drag. Look at the determination! The fish is displaying some good body-spine alignment. That shark just earned her PhD in race science. Wait, hold on, that came out wrong. The shark burst right out of the gate. Notice how she positions her fins at different angles, altering the flow of the water around her. The shark is going to need a late surge to come out on top. This is actually going quite well. Tricep rotations and oblique rolls are a great way to build those swimming muscles. Swimming is one of the best forms of cardiovascular exercise available to sharks.
Fish needs to stay focused as she enters the final stretch. Perhaps she started out of the gate too hard. Impressive. But how do you think she'd fare in the 200-meter backstroke? The shark attack too often provokes Port Clovis locals into killing every swimming creature along the coast. Must now be killed, and the beast of the fleet, Captain Robert Brunt.
Shores. Now.
Time for us to put down another shot. She's close. She's real close. Should have brought my fish finder.
The situation has escalated, and the price on the shark's head has risen. Was one of my loyal Truth Quest ones. There's no question that waffle-centric restaurants are a thinly veiled plot that topple the very foundations of our democracy.
Fellas, we got a shark we need to put down.
And away we go!
I will not be scared off by a traitorous clique of elitists and their planned communities. Why does our grid rely on these pollutant technologies? Because the government has suppressed the work of Nikola Tesla, whose research could have provided us with free energy forever.
And we have started.
This shark is really proving herself an athlete to watch. By reducing drag, the shark can make a minimum energy investment for a maximum speed return. Looks like she's hit a wall. The shark's looking real confident. Sure, but can she repeat that performance in the 2024 Paris Games? The shark explodes off the blocks. The shark really needs to master her core balance. She looks full of adrenaline. With the clock ticking, there's little time to make up for errors. Impressive, but how do you think she'd fare in the 200-meter backstroke? B17 is the miracle cancer cure that the mainstream medical establishment doesn't want you to know about. Why don't they want you to know about it? Because technically it's cyanide. And while cyanide may be toxic to you, it's even more toxic to cancer. That's why Apricor, America's leading B17 supplement manufacturer, is finally asking the question, isn't it time to rethink cyanide? I'm telling you, all the alphabet soup agencies are turning this into an ecological dead zone so they can, well, so they can do something. He knows what he did. So many sheeple going about their daily lives, ignorant that their minds are held captive by forces they don't know or understand. suspected that that man was part of a Chinese-led coup against the United States. Clearly, the NWO is using some ancient builder race technology. And we're off to the races. The shark could benefit by increasing her stroke length. The big fish is falling behind. The big fish masterfully demonstrates how to slash and dash. I saw the image flickering as he was rended limb by limb. Maybe that's the guy who gave me the false intel about the Bolivian bioweapon attack on Orlando. Enemies are everywhere. They're even wearing my own branded apparel. He's on our mouth. These are Chinese-made rigs. If there's any catastrophic methane explosions in the near future, you can't tell me that's merely an accident. There you see it. The Ishtar Gate and Processional Way are being constructed to welcome all variety of otherworldly entities to seduce and deceive mankind.
That's something. I don't know here. Is that something?
Why be a citizen when you can be... And we are underway. suggest some tempo training. It helps shave 3 minutes off my fight. The shark's swimming form has really started to deteriorate. Wow, I haven't witnessed such a fiery performance since Christina Egger-Zaghi at the '92 Summer Games. Some speed work and endurance training would really enhance the shark's performance potential. That is some sailfish level swimming. Perhaps she started out of the gate too hard. This fish really needs a second wind. Shark just earned her PhD in race science. Wait, hold on, that came out. Don't forget, everything you see is just window dressing for the Matrix. And she's off. Look at the determination.
Holy
This is getting intense. Dominant performance thus far. The Predator perhaps could improve her streamline. This is such a treat for all you die-hard swim fanatics. I can't impress enough the importance of core-driven swimming. She needs to make sure that her nose is always pointed toward her destination. Ferocity! You could chalk. The shark doesn't appear to be in swimming shape. Swimming is one of the best forms of cardiovascular exercise available to sharks. Bad swim technique can increase drag and decrease efficiency. What a feat of fastness. Apropos of nothing, I'd just like to say that the Warren Commission was a total farce. And so we begin. This is a race against time, and she's already losing. See there? That's some real good technique. A slight bodily adjustment might decrease her drag. Swimming is an ancient discipline, and this shark has it mastered. And we have started. The shark exhibits incredible maneuverability. You know, my high school swim coach used to say, it's easier to pass through water than overcome. That anal fin is really important as a vertical stabilizer. That's another clip for this shark's highlight reel. Industrial bleach is the greatest solution for the illnesses and diseases that plague society. Dr. Cure-All's magical miracle medicine is the result of one man's tireless search for a powerful bleach product made with only the highest quality oxygen and chlorine atoms. If you experience a shark explodes off the blocks. The shark works her tail like a propeller. Look at the technique. She's really transferring her muscle power from her body to the water. understated my need for speed.
bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding.
Friends, if this show fails to awaken humanity, we're irrevocably lost, and the insectoids will carve us up for dough. The insidious forces have grown despondent, perhaps recognizing that they have but a short time left to rule. Yes, it's time we destroy all license plates, for they are just another symbol by which the state asserts its control over us.
We're done here for now.
The alien cabal is forced to give ground. But rest assured, they have already begun remarshaling their forces. The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. The bull shark is known to be a voracious, if hardly discriminating, eater. Insectoids are rabid that the shark will soon reveal the truth of their agenda. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition.
That's enough for today. I'm headed to Flamingos.
The Dark Brotherhood withdraws to revitalize themselves with, one can only guess, the ritualistic drinking of human blood. You never know when a skunk ape may strike. That's why Total Assault Skunk Ape Spray should be a vital part of your cryptid survival plan. Don't be fooled by imitation sprays that promise protection, but instead leave you at the mercy of foul-smelling, foul-tempered humanoids. Trust Total Assault, the only skunk ape deterrent certified by the International Cryptozoology Society. We only have 233 viewers. Ugh. I'm gonna send a tersely worded email to YouTube CEO about squelching free speech.
Sure we in the right here.
Signing the Declaration of Independence was a death warrant for our courageous founding fathers. So too have I selflessly put myself at tremendous risk with Truth Quest.
Can't avoid us forever. Wait, is that? Nope. Pack it in for now.
Point your boats to Dead Horse Lake, hunters. Got an angry bull out there.
Boats on the water. We got a shark that needs putting down.
The shark season ends, hunters return. return to their normal routine of bouncing checks at liquor stores.
It's bounty time, y'all.
These beaches were built by the initiates of the Dionysian sun cult, known for their pagan rituals of catching some rays and scoping some babes.
We gave it all we could, I suppose.
Humans' attention spans are short. They've already forgotten about the shark and her many crimes, so that's the bounty. There's no question that waffle-centric restaurants are a thinly veiled plot to topple the very foundations of our democracy. Port Clovis is a powerful energy vortex, sacred to the insectoids for its high concentrations of caffeine, taurine, and high fructose corn syrup.
That about wraps it up.
The battle is over, but the war goes on. The powers of society have retaliated with deterrent action, but mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's vengeance.
Check that out.
I have it on good authority that Port Clovis Mayor Wade Hibbert is a Rosicrucian Grand Master who regularly communes with the spirit of Saddam Hussein. Another shark hunt draws to a close. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait.
Time is running out for our shark. Hunters are on the water bringing their explosives and poor impulse control. This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hidden artificial colors or flavors. The hunt ends. But this is a mere pause in the eternal struggle between man and nature. The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment. Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. Bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. A successful shark hunt is traditionally celebrated with off-brand cinnamon whiskey and large quantities of pseudoephedrine. This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious mass.
Well, shark wins this round.
It seems Port Clovis has forgotten all about its rogue shark, for now.
I'm so dead!
What happens inside these gated communities? 2 words: sex cults. Shark hunters have arrived. Soon we will see them in action, and quite possibly discover which one of them stole my car stereo.
Coasties over by Golden Shores. Now! Think I need a new prescription. All I see is water. Wait, is that...
Look,
I wouldn't have eaten that, but I'm also currently doing a liver detox.
Never mind.
I will not be scared off by a traitorous clique of elitists and their planned communities. Apropos of nothing, I'd just like to say that the Warren Commission was a total farce. Successful shark hunt is traditionally celebrated with off-brand cinnamon whiskey and large quantities of pseudoephedrine.
I just know she's there. That shark's probably moving underneath us. Strong work, everybody.
It's another unsuccessful shark hunt for the people of Port Clovis. It's a shame that human and shark must so often meet as enemies.
Show your face! Hey, shark. Get your ass out here. She's close. She's real close. The hell is it? Okay, I've had my fun, okay?
The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait. Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary arms race. The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment. Random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutagens as a catalyst. B17 is the miracle cancer cure that the mainstream medical establishment doesn't want you to know about. Why don't they want you to know about it? Because technically it's cyanide. And while cyanide may be toxic to you, it's even more toxic to cancer. That's why Africor, America's leading B17 supplement manufacturer, is finally asking the question, isn't it time to rethink cyanide? Here in Golden Sands, the wealthy global elite solidifies its power base. Love books, but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Joseph Hogan's Preemptive Strike. Why we must destroy the French Antilles before it's too late. We are in a time of great tribulation, and the gates of your gated communities will not save you. This may look like a friendly local bait shop, but it's actually a satanic temple of death, terror, and animal sacrifice.
you